Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Okay, hello everybody in Italy and everybody all over Europe. We are here with Valentyn. Did I pronounce it well?
Yeah, yeah, it's right.
Good. Okay, from Ziferblat, the group which is representing Ukraine at the Eurovision Song Contest in Basel. In May, it will be, as you all know. I'm very, very glad to have you here. And I must say that your song is really, really fantastic. I love it. And I'm really glad that you made it this year because you were runner-ups last year in Vidivil. And this year you've made it. You won the competition and you will be representing Ukraine in Basel. So my question is, what did you think as you realized that you'd won the competition, and what does it mean to you to represent your country in the Eurovision Song Contest?
Um, First of all, it's of course it's a big honor because Ukraine is going through the hard times for the last, let's say, for the last 10 years, for sure, and of course for the last 4 years especially, and mm, every artist who represented Ukraine during the last 3 years in Eurovision had their main goal. This goal was to share Ukrainian emotions, to remind you Europeans um, about the about the war, and I mean, like, to have a good result, to finish on like top 10 is the second thing to do. The first and the most important thing is to, of course, it's to remind people of what's going on our country, and still going on, of course, and we hope that it will end in the near future. But you see, last news, like the last the last months, we have some controversial decisions from some governments, let's say, and yeah, of course, it feels so bad for Ukrainians. They are getting so emotional about it, and so I think that our performance, our participation will be something different from the last one and from the previous one, because now the situation is getting harder and harder, and we need to remind it loudly. So, like, we need to say about our situation in every occasion, in every event, in maybe not even in pre-parties to Eurovision, something like that. So, like, I'm so happy because Eurovision, to get to the final, it was my childhood dream, of course, but like, unfortunately, it happened during this time, and so the main goal now a little bit different from what it was when I was a child, like something like that.
I perfectly understand, and I hope your participation in Eurovision will help. Letting the people know. Yes, of course, we all know what is going on, but we are never reminded about it too much. So it's never too much to remind us
Hmm.
what's going on with you. So I perfectly understand. Uh, let's speak about your song Bird of Prey. I would like to know what it speaks about and how you came to the idea of composing this song.
um our last entry was place Hall. I mean, it gets second place in the national selection, and I just wanted to do something more complex. I think something that would express ourselves as musicians, first of all, because place Home was like a little bit easier to get, and this was. I mean, I usually say that this is the most. This is the this is the easiest song in our in the Ziferblat's track list, and I wanted to do something more complex, something more philosophical, something like that, and I came up with the idea like in the summer, last summer, I mean summer of 2024, because we decided in the very beginning of the summer, we decided that we will like rejoin the national selection. We'll compete again, try again, and then I wrote the song. I remember that this was like I was at home in my flat, and using only my acoustic guitar, I created this one because everyone is so wonderful how I can do how I did this like using only acoustic guitar. But the song isn't that hard if you will listen to like acoustic version. We just plan to release it like in 10 days, the acoustic version of Bird of Prey, I mean, and you will understand that the song is so like it has a usual structure, to be honest, because everybody's saying that it's like prog rock or something like that, but maybe it's because it sounds like that in the final version. But the first version, when it was just verse and chorus, and this was like the usual song, not very different from like Place I Call Home, something like that. So, and then when I wrote the melody, when I wrote the structure, I usually do this in this way. So first of all, music, then lyrics, and of course, I wanted to do a reflection of what is going on in Ukraine, and but now I didn't want to say it directly. You know, I want to use some like symbols, something like that. So I mean, bird is a huge symbol of freedom, and we usually, I don't know how it is in Italian. People use the bird as a symbol, but in Ukraine, the bird is symbol of change, a symbol of freedom, symbol of hope, something like that. I mean, I thought that it is all the same in every country in Europe, but who knows? And yeah, that's why I decided to create something about the bird, or using the bird as the main object in the song. So, I mean, this song is about changes. This song is about peace. It's a reflection of the war. So, and of course, it's a song. The main goal of the song is to call for all Ukrainians all over the world, whenever they are, wherever they are, and to come back home, as it was in Place I Call Home, I think. But I used to, I want to say a message in a different way from our previous song that was in the 2024 national selection, something like that.
Okay, so I was going to tell you that this song is reminding me of prog rock and of the 70s, but I know you heard this many times before because
Yeah, of course.
I was telling you. And but this made me curious about your musical taste. What is the kind of music you usually listen to? The kind of music you like?
You know, like I think we need to separate our and especially my musical influence from my childhood and my musical influence for now, because it's so different. And when I was like, I remember why I got into the music. It was there was one moment when I was a child. Our stepfather, I mean, the second husband of my mother, he shown us a movie which was called Yellow Submarine. It is based on Beatles album. Yeah. I think you might know it. Yeah, of course. And yeah, and we were like 5 years old, something like that. Me and my brother, I mean, because we are twins. I think that someone don't know it, and I need to say it. Yeah, me and our frontman, our vocalist Danilo, call him how you want. Yeah, so we are twins, and yeah, and he introduced us to Beatles in that way because he just wanted to show us a movie. But in the end, Beatles get two new fans, and yeah, that was maybe the first band that we're listening to. But you know, I think I didn't understand what is going on because I just liked the songs, but I didn't know who are they and what is all about. What it is all about. And then when I was like 20, no, I was like 13 years old. My son of my stepbrother, he introduced me to a guitar because like we were studying at musical school from I think when we started when we was 6, but it was cello. You know, we are cellists with my brother, and we finished. Yeah, cello. I mean, yeah, and yeah, so guitar was a new instrument for me. Even when I finished the musical school, I didn't play it. And then he introduced me to a guitar, and he showed me some Western rock bands and such like The Doors, of course, and Led Zeppelin, or later bands. I mean, like Police or Bee Gees, something like that. So I started to listen to Western music a lot, and then I think we decided to create a band. So like for now, the main influencers, who the main the music that influenced me and my brother, I think I can name his favorite bands too. I mean, of course, it's prog rock bands, as you mentioned, Genesis, of course, and King Crimson, yes, but not only rock bands. Of course, I like modern groups, maybe something like Gorillaz or Catfire or Massive Attack. So I don't have like the only one favorite. I don't think that I can like highlight one or two bands that had more the most influence on us. And of course, David Bowie. I'm a huge fan of David Bowie, of course, and all his works. So a big list of artists. I don't know.
I got great musical taste, I must say.
Thank you.
What I also like is the use of the Ukrainian language, because lots of groups and singers in the Eurovision Song Contest want to sing in English. But I do love your language. I do love artists who use their national language. And another question is, were you tempted to translate your song into English?
You mean Bird of Prey?
Yeah, Bird of Prey.
You know, I can't remember. I think I wrote it as a mix of Ukrainian and English language. It was like from the very start, from the very beginning. So like I decided to create a chorus in English because I wanted Europeans like English, let's say, unique language, and I wanted Europeans to understand like the meaning. But of course, the other part of songs they are on the Ukrainian, and because the main language that we're using for now in our songs is Ukrainian, and like you know, like Italian singers. I mean, there's no need to sing in English because Italian is one of the most beautiful languages in the world. So there is no like necessary. It isn't necessary to use like English language. But I mean, I think before Eurovision, we're gonna release. I mean, mini album with 3 or 4 English language songs, because of course we want to be recognizable in Europe in the future. So it is necessary to do songs in English, of course. But of course, our main songs and the most famous songs in Ukraine that Ziferblat has made, they are all in Ukrainian because we're speaking Ukrainian and we're native speakers, and that's how we want to express ourselves to be understood.
Okay. But I saw you and heard you sing in Italian, and it
Oh
was
yeah, yeah.
wonderful to hear you sing Volevo essere un duro. Oh my God. And I was so happy about that. Um, Ada, I mean, what do you know about Italian music? Which singers, any singers or bands you like?
Hmm. I just realized my mother told me that I mean, Sanremo Festival, it is so popular in Eastern Europe because, like, my mother said that even they in 90s were watching like this song festival because it's popular. I mean, all over the world, I think, and of course, the first Italian singer that I remember, the first that I opened to myself. Maybe Celentano because he was acting in Italian movies that my family used to watch, and of course his songs I remember the best. There are some Italian prog rock bands that I was listening to, but I can't remember their names because one of my best friends he was obsessed with Italian prog rock music, especially,
Ah,
and yeah, and I can remember name of groups, but I remember that I like it a lot, and of course, I don't want to mention Måneskin because okay, it's a mainstream example. I mean, like everybody would say that because Italian culture is so deep and so ancient because of course. All people in Ukraine know Italian classical musical composers, of course, and we are studying some in the school and in the musical school, of course. Um, and maybe a few words about like uh, Lucio Corsi. I don't know. I spell it right. Lucio Corsi.
yes, it's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Okay.
right.
Yeah. Super. Yeah. I was so impressed because the first uh, the first performance that I watched, it was not Volevasi Enduro. It was his cover on Sanremo on Volare. I don't remember. Yeah,
Okay, okay. With
yeah,
Capo Gigio.
yeah. And whoa, uh, this performance reminds me of course, my favorite artists, such like Peter Gabriel, of course, and David Bowie in some ways. So. Whoa, and I'm very happy that these kind of songs, this style, uh, can be popular even nowadays because I thought I saw his results on Spotify and the like amount of his subscribers in Instagram and TikTok. Whoa, like in Ukraine, I think with the same musical style, he won't be as popular as because Ukrainians are not so like because it's about 70s, and I don't think that Ukrainians are so obsessed with 70s. Many reasons why, but don't want to get into details. But that's how it works in Ukraine. And whoa, I was so happy when Italy. Okay, they haven't chosen like Corsi because the first option was Oli, but we know the last parts of the history, and yeah, and of course, and like maybe I want to mention because me and my girlfriend, we just finished to watch the like popular TV show, Italian TV show. I mean, like I don't know Italian name. My Genius Girlfriend, or like something like that. I mean, Ferrante,
Okay.
Elena Ferrante. Da. I mean, Elena
Yes.
Ferrante. Yeah,
Yeah.
and Okay, after watching it, I started to dream to visit Napoli, and yeah, so like I never been to Italy, and of course I want to visit in Turin and Milano and Roma, of course, and Napoli. I don't know how to say Naples or Napoli. I don't know how, because we call it
we say Napoli. We say
Napoli.
Napoli, yes. And you should.
Because I knew that Spanish people, they call Naples or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you should come to Florence as well. It's where I live.
Of course, of
If you
course,
want
of
to
course.
Japan, come. Just call me and we'll meet. Okay.
Okay, but unfortunately, I know that there are no any like pre-Eurovision parties in Italy, or
No,
I don't know. No.
unfortunately not. But I hope we will meet in Basel because
Yeah, you will be.
I will be there, and we will meet
Yeah,
in Lucio as well. Okay,
this
so
will be great. Yeah. So like, yeah. So I really enjoyed the Italian choice for Eurovision, as always. I mean, because Italy is always great songs, and of course one of the most musical nation. Yeah.
okay, so I think our time is always up, is almost up, and so I just want to say, дякую. Is
Yeah. Дякую,
дякую?
дякую.
Okay,
Yeah.
and
Grazie.
thank you, and I wish you good luck at Eurovision. Hope we will meet in Basel, and well, just let's just say hello to everybody who is watching us.
Yeah. Thank you for watching us. Hello to everybody, and good night.
Goodbye.